Hi everyone, welcome to the next video from this lovely page from Seasons by Hanna Karlzon. I have been really looking forward to doing these two leaves, so that's what we're going to do today. We're sort of working our way down the page, but we should really be doing the key, but I want to do the leaves. Now, we're at a funny angle with the book. It could really be doing with the page being held up, but I can't do that in colour at the same time. So hopefully it'll look okay. The camera looks a bit dark. The sun's shining on it, so it's thinking it's sunny, but it's not shining on my book. So it's a little awkward, but I think we'll get there. So it's autumn. So these are going to be autumnal leaves. So how I like to start, I'm going to start with the dark brown. Now I don't tend to do them in a realistic way, I just do them in a pretty way. So we're going to start with the Espresso brown and do the tip of each little piece of leaf with this. Now what I want to try and do is to make it quite intense on the very tip, and then less as we go down the leaf, because we're going to blend each colour into each other. So if you slightly fade your colour, it helps you to blend more evenly. So just take it slowly and layer up here, and just do a light bit there. And you can sort of flick your pencil a bit to get a really light layer. You can actually put less pressure on your pencil to make it lighter as well. I try really hard not to press hard to get a dark layer, because that can sort of squash the paper, but I do then try to lift my pencil slightly to get a lighter bit. This is cocoa brown, which shows that I am pressing a little bit. So I'm not going to start right at the tip. I'm going to start where I started fading the other brown and just take this down a little bit. It is a very similar brown, but we are going to soon transition to a different brown. We're going to go sort of orangey yellow, I think, because that's what I like. And we're doing each bit the same. It just makes it really easy and relaxing. So everyone's enjoying autumn. I realise those of you who are in Australia are not enjoying autumn. You're enjoying spring. You might be looking forward to your summer. I don't know. But here in the UK, we're most definitely heading very much towards autumn. This is the cinnamon. It's quite a different colour. There's a big jump in the browns in the Arteza Expert, but I'm confident if I go over all of what we've done and then bring the colour down, it will transition quite nicely. Yeah, I love the autumn colour. I had a drive yesterday, went to my parents, my husband drove us, and we passed through some beautiful woodland and the trees were just gorgeous. It rained. Now what I love most, there are two types of leaves that I like. I love scuffing through fallen autumn leaves when they're dry, but we haven't had any dry weather since the leaves have started falling, so I haven't been able to do that this year. But I do love wet leaves and trees catching the light and looking all shiny. So pretty. So these woodlands are gorgeous. A lot of beech trees, which look really pretty as they change colour, and also there's still beech leaves on the ground from last year looking all gorgeous. So it's just such a lovely, and that woodland, the beech woodland, when spring comes, you've still got all those brown, dark brown leaves on the ground, and you've got all the lovely fresh buds popping through as well, you know, the leaf buds, and it's just the most gorgeous place, burnt ochre, to drive through. My husband drives through it every day on his way to work, so although he was complaining that the journey was quite boring when it was dark when we came back, the nights are drawing in now, it's getting dark quite early, when we went up in the light in the morning when we were going there, he was really enjoying looking at the leaves and pointing out to us where the best ones were, even though we all know because we've done the journey ourselves lots of times. So that was lovely, but coming home, of course, it was dark, we couldn't see. So all we could see was car headlamps and dark. Wasn't so much fun. So I'm taking this colour down. It's all the same sort of technique really, and it's just about transitioning from one shade to the next. I like to do it quite smoothly. If you look at fallen autumn leaves, there is not a smooth transition of colour. There's often a section of colour and then another section of colour right next to it, and there's no sort of soft transition, but I feel that it makes the colouring looks nicer if you do it this way. Try and decide where to go next. Do I do a bit of blood orange or do I go on to a lighter orange? I think a lighter orange. I'm not going to be so daring. Let's do the pumpkin orange. So yes, I do love, and I even just looking out of my window right now, I can only see a very green tree. There's a tree over the back that hangs over our back garden, and it's an evergreen, so it's always very green, very waxy leaves, although they do tend to fall off in the spring when the new ones come. So the tree tends to look very dead for about a week or two. And I think hooray, because it's rather big and taking all our light. But on the other hand, we do have nesting birds and things like that in it, so obviously it's an important habitat. When we used to feed the birds, we used to see so many birds in there. Great tits, blue tits, long-tailed tits, woodpeckers. Obviously you get your pigeons, your magpies, your sort of jackdaws and things like that, but it was lovely. But unfortunately we can't feed them just because the food attracted unwanted visitors. Now for my next colour, I'm going to use this camel brown. But what I want to do is bring these colours together. Some of them are a little faint, and so I'm going to put this over all of it to just bring it together, but we're not going to cover the whole leaf. So I just want to try and burnish the browns and oranges a bit with this one, because we're going to transition into a green in a minute. So I am going to fade it here, look. I just can put a bit of green down there. But I just want to, it's a nice, what a word. It's a good colour for burnishing over because it sort of matches everything. It will brighten it. Sorry, I missed that bit, didn't I? It will brighten it all up, make it look pretty, and just help us to transition down into our green. There we go. And I'm sure you can see the difference between that and that. It's amazing, and it just looks so lovely and warm and vibrant. Oops. Sorry. Getting a bit carried away. I'm having fun with my leaf. Now we've got these lines in the leaves here, which indicates that the leaf is crinkled, and we could draw some shadow lines in there and make the leaf look more crinkled. It's too complicated for me today. I just want to have fun with colour, so I'm not going to worry about that. You won't have to either. You can if you want. You could just take a brown and put a bit of shadow in there. Like this bit's a bit closer to us, this bit, put a bit of shadow there and there, but no, I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to keep it simple and fun and pretty and enjoy myself. And why not? This is a sort of bonus series. I didn't think I was going to get time to do any recording this week, and I haven't been sent any workmen, so I'm just taking advantage. And my kids are home this week, it's half term, but my son is recording, doing a live, so I can't talk to him or his brother. I've got to be quiet, so I thought I might as well come in and talk to myself and do some videos instead and have some fun, which is what I'm doing. I'm also procrastinating because I'm doing something for myself next door, and it's hard going, so I thought I'd come and do something fun instead. It isn't not fun, but I've been swatching some colours. I've been swatching my Prismas in my swatch book, which I don't find not fun. I only do it when I'm in the mood for it, so that's fine. So I've just got to blow my nose and I'll do my next colour. Sorry, but when I do my swatch book, I colour in the picture that's around it. You would have seen if you've watched any of my completed pages videos. I'm just trying to decide on what colour to do. I think I'll go for, yeah, that's too dark. We'll try it anyway. This is the Coyote brown. I just want to use it to sort of, I'm going to put a bit here and just bring it up to that brown, just to sort of join the colours like that. And then I'm going to put a bit more green in a minute. Yeah, so I was colouring the picture and it was hard going because I was using my Prismas because it was on the Prisma page and it was a bit fine detailed, so it's like, oh. And I didn't want to keep sharpening them all the time. I'm sure you know how it is. And I'm trying to make it a little bit darker near the base and lighter up here where it joins together, because I'm going to put some green in this sort of area. So yeah, I was doing that. I was like, and it was the same. There was the same bit of repeating picture about 4 times. I was like, oh, I've coloured this already. So I shall go back and finish that later. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. This is the pear green, but also I really wanted to get on and do this because I like it. So I'm going to put it here. So there's a sort of transitional colour between the orangey yellow and the browny green like that. And it would again add a brighter area to our picture. I'm also going to use this for the stem. It's a little bit tricky. I can't speak. Could probably do with a sharpen, but I'm going to not. And we'll do the same thing on the other leaf. Now we have dots on the leaf here too, but I'm not really worrying about those. I don't really know what they're supposed to indicate. I think they might just be there to break up the leaf a bit so it doesn't look so plain. So I don't think it is indicating to us that we need to do anything with it. So I'm not going to. I can't really think what I would do anyway if I was going to do anything. Now if you feel that this hasn't blended together that well, you could go back to using we used the Camel brown, didn't we? Maybe we could use a yellow just to bring it all together, brighten it even more. I'll have a look in a minute, see what there is to use. I'll just get these sort of veins done. There we go. What should we use? I could use the turmeric yellow, but I'm really tempted to use the sunflower yellow, so I'm going to. It's a very bright yellow. It looks a bit orangey. I think it'll work well. And I'm just going to go over everything, not the veins. It'll help them stand out more. I'm not pressing too hard because I don't want to lose the colours that are there. I just want to make them more vibrant and blended. And here you can actually spend a bit of time looking at areas that you've missed that just need a bit of work, which is what I am doing. Just there, for example, and here. A lot of this could do with being brighter. That's a bit messy, so I'll just go over that. you know, it's just a way, it's just a opportunity to tidy things up a bit. There we go. Oh, there's a bit there. There. So that was lovely fun. Oh, I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you for indulging me, and I hope and thank you for watching. I hope you have a really lovely day and happy colouring.